Hey, my name is Aras Baskauskas. I am a winner of Survivor and a yoga practitioner for the last 9 years. I'm also heavy into meditation, and that's my main practice. So if you've never meditated before, it's not very difficult. At the same time, it's not always easy. I think a lot of people think that when you meditate, you should just sit with your eyes closed and experience bliss. That happens sometimes, but a lot of the times when I'm sitting, and I've been sitting now for 9 years, they're uncomfortable sits. Meditation is a lot like taking the trash out. And if you do it every day, you keep a clean house, you keep your mind clean. If you do it once every 2 days, well, there's a little more trash. If you don't do it at all, your whole experience becomes a blur. But a simple meditation practice you can practice at home is a counting meditation practice. So for 5 minutes, you sit just like I'm sitting with your eyes closed, and you count. You say 1, and then you inhale. You say 2, and then you exhale. 3, inhale. 4, exhale, all the way up to 50. The key is that you have to say the number before the breath, and you can't lose track of what number you're on. So if the mind wanders and you forget which number you're on, you have to start over. So you do that up to 50. That should take anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. If you mess up, not a problem, just start back at 1. But you have to make sure if you mess up, you start back at 1. After you finish those 50, then you move on to the second round. 1, exhale. 2, inhale. 3, exhale. 4, inhale. Like that all the way to 50. Again, that should take 3 to 5 minutes. If you lose count, if you mess up your count, you start back at 1 of that round. You move to the third round. 1, exhale, inhale. 2, exhale, inhale. 3, exhale, inhale. All the way up to 50. Again, if you mess up or if you lose count, back to 1 of that round. That should take 6 or 7 minutes. And then your fourth round, 1, inhale, exhale. 2, inhale, exhale. 3, inhale, exhale. All the way up to 50. Again, if you lose track, if you lose count, if you mess up your counting, you start over again at the start of that round. So that should take right around 20 minutes. And then for your last 5 minutes, don't count at all and just observe. Observe your breath, observe sensations, and just notice how still your mind becomes. So that particular technique is training the mind to listen to you. So usually most people walk around with monkey minds. It goes all over the place. It's out of control. So this technique is just teaching you to bring the mind to a singular focus, keep it there. When it runs away, come back. Runs away, come back. It's just like training a dog, right? You get a puppy and that dog, wild, runs around everywhere. You start to train it, and slowly but surely, that dog becomes very manageable. And that's what you want to do with your mind, right? You want to start to dictate where your mind's allowed to run free and where it needs to obey. The more you get it to obey, the easier your life will be. If you've never meditated before and you decide that after watching this you want to go sit and meditate, a couple precautions. 1, it probably won't be a joyful experience at first. Chances are you're going to sit cross-legged, if you can sit cross-legged, and you're going to sit there and you're going to close your eyes and you're going to start your counting, and after you get to 2, your mind's going to wander, go off somewhere, and it's going to be gone for a while. And then all of a sudden you're going to realize, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be meditating, where was I? And you'll start back at 1 again. And this time maybe you'll get to 3, and then your mind's going to wander again. And then after your mind starts wandering, the only way it comes back is because you have a big pain in the side of your leg. And then your nose starts to itch and you're uncomfortable. Meditation oftentimes is very uncomfortable. Well, the meditation isn't uncomfortable. The meditation is just revealing for you how uncomfortable you are. So to use this analogy, imagine if you walked into a factory with big loud machines, big pistons moving up and down, making tons of noise. So can you imagine you're in that factory and you're talking to the person next to you, you're probably going to have to yell to communicate, right? Hey, blah, 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 blah. Well, imagine while you're in the midst of a sentence, talking, yelling, those engines turn off in the factory and it becomes quiet. Well, there's going to be a period of time before your mind realizes you don't have to yell anymore while you're yelling and the rest of the factory is quiet. Well, that period of time is akin to the first time you meditate, the first 10 times you meditate, the first 20 times you meditate, where you're sitting down and you're getting quiet and you become aware of just how uncomfortable you are, how uncomfortable your body is. Don't let that stop you from meditating. It's just a period of time that you're going to have to adjust to, and you're going to start to relax into it. My best advice would be any discomfort, just be aware of it, observe it, but don't let it stop you from meditating. The continuous practice is the secret to success, right? So the more you practice, the more often you practice, the better it is. Even if they have to be 5-minute meditations, just keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And eventually you get to a point in time where you're just at peace with your meditation practice. And you'll still have waves, things will come up, but it just becomes a lot more sustainable. The first few meditations are the toughest ones.